Senator Harris, welcome back to The Issue Is.
Alex, it's good to be with you.
Good to see you. Okay, so the last time that we talked, I asked you to blink if you were running. You blinked. A couple days later, you ran. And since there's been a whole lot of other people that have also been running, I guess they're all blinking too. The most basic question is, why you of all of them?
Well, listen, first of all, I think that we are at a point in the history of our country where we want leadership that's about lifting people up and not tearing them down. I have a proven track record of leadership, both at the local level, as an elected leader in the local level, state level, and federal level. I have a proven track record of knowing how to fight and win. And, you know, ultimately, I know how to successfully prosecute the case against the policies of this administration, policies that have been about tearing families apart at the border, policies that have been about giving tax breaks to the richest people in our country and the biggest corporations in our country and not helping the middle class, policies that have not been about building up infrastructure but have in fact been about putting money in the back pockets of the richest people in our country. So I'll tell you, I think that having traveled the country and certainly been elected 3 times statewide in California, that I have a good sense of where we are, and I think there is no question that in the next president of the United States we want a commander-in-chief who understands how to appreciate and respect her power and how to use it in a way that is in the best interest of the American public and not self-interest.
It's good to have you back home in California.
I'm so happy to be home.
California's never meant more to the presidential election because it's moved up.
Yes.
You have an extraordinary number of statewide elected officials who are endorsing you.
Yes, I'm very honored to have
polls show you're not in the lead here right now. Why do you think that is, and where do you prioritize California with your larger electoral strategy?
Well, listen, I mean, I am a very proud daughter of California, and I am very proud and honored that the state of California and the people of the state have elected me 3 times. As Attorney General, re-elected me as Attorney General, and as a member of the United States Senate. And I'm going to fight to earn the vote of every Californian on the issues that they care about. And that is about what we need to do around the economy and lifting people up. It's going to be about what we do to pay teachers. It's going to be about what we do to fix the immigration system and pass comprehensive immigration reform with a pathway towards citizenship. There is so much work to be done, and I think that California has always been a leader around what the future can look like in a way that includes everybody, and I'm going to be campaigning up and down our state like I always have to earn every vote.
One of the most important issues to a lot of Californians is reproductive rights, which is so important to you as a potential first female president.
That's exactly right.
What we're seeing around in other states are these laws limiting abortion. How should California respond? Should Hollywood boycott these states? Should there be a travel ban from California? What should California do in response to what's happening?
Well, I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been asking my supporters to support the advocates who are on the ground in those states to make sure that the women of those states have access to health care and reproductive health care. I've been asking my supporters to support the advocates who are not only advocating on behalf of those women, but also pushing through the lawsuits in a way that we can protect a woman's right to choose. There is a lot of work to be done because we understand that a woman's right to choose is under vicious attack in our country. And we cannot turn back the clock on this. And I just want to be perfectly clear, Alex. Everybody has a right to choose. And what we have to have is a country and a society that says you have a right to make a decision with your God, with your healthcare provider, with your family, and whatever choice you make, we should respect. But government should not be in the business of telling a woman what she should do with her own body.
But should businesses boycott this state? Should California boycott some of these states?
I think that we need to be very, very strong in our support of these women, and there are a variety of ways to do that. But first and foremost, let's make sure that we support the people who are on the ground there who are helping these women in a direct way, because they need the support. They're working around the clock. Many of them are volunteers, and they need the support to make sure that these women are protected with their right to make their decisions about their own body.
Let's talk for a moment about the issue of gun control. You are supporting executive orders potentially to bring back the assault weapons ban. Do you think that as president you would declare a national emergency when it comes to the issue of gun violence? Is that needed in this country?
Well, I'll first tell you that to have reasonable gun safety laws is to understand that we reject the false choice that suggests you're either in favor of the Second Amendment or you want to take everyone's guns away. What we need is reasonable gun safety laws. Look, fine if you want to go hunting, but we need universal background checks. We need an assault weapons ban. We have so many tragedies that we have witnessed. And we've got to do better, and we can do better. And frankly, what is the reason why we have not? It's because Congress has not had the courage to act.
Right.
They've just simply not had the courage. And so I'm telling you that when elected, I am prepared to take executive action to do what Congress doesn't have the courage to do, which is one, to put in place what will be the most comprehensive national background check requirement, which is that anyone who sells more than 5 guns a year, they have to do a background check on the person they're selling the guns to. I'm prepared to direct the ATF to take the gun licenses of dealers who fail to follow the law. And Elex, you should know, 90% of the guns associated with crime are sold by just 5% of the gun dealers. They need to be out of business.
So would you declare a national emergency?
I'm going to take executive action to put in place a smart gun policy.
So that's a version of that, I guess. Let's talk about the issue of education as
Yes,
well, something
yes.
you're so passionate
Yes.
about. Probably talking more about that than anybody else right
Yeah,
now.
that's right.
You're talking about raising teacher pay.
That's right.
In terms of the role of the federal government when it comes to education, some on the right say that education is better off when it's done at a real local level, local school boards, small local school boards, and that when the federal government gets involved, it's not their place. What do you say to that?
Listen, I actually am very supportive of, for example, what Governor Jerry Brown has done and then Governor Newsom has done in saying, look, local control is really important. It's good. I support that. I support the idea that local bodies will make the decision about where we're going to put the resources in school districts, emphasizing the school districts that are most in need. Also, I know that the federal government has got to do a better job of getting resources into the states so that we can improve public education in our country. And we have not had a national mandate around getting that done. And so I am prepared to put in place what will be the first federal investment in closing the teacher pay gap, which in California is about over $10,000 a year, meaning our teachers make almost a little over $10,000 a year less than similarly educated college professionals. And that's just not right. So I'm prepared to put in place an initiative that will close the teacher pay gap with federal matching dollars to the states. And let's be clear about this. $10,500 a year, which is the gap in California, that's a year's worth of mortgage payments in a lot of places in our state. $10,500 a year, that's a year's worth of grocery bills a lot of places in our state. And right now we have teachers in California that are working 2 and 3 jobs to help pay the bills. That's just not right. In America, 94% of the teachers teaching in public schools are coming out of their own pocket to help pay for school supplies. We can fix this problem, and it is a priority for me. That is a priority for our entire country. We will not be competitive. We will not be productive if we don't take this seriously and create a national priority around it. And it is also a moral issue. I strongly believe you can judge a society based on how it treats its children.
Yeah. I always say the most important job other than a parent is a teacher.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I'm getting wrapped up. I wish I could talk to you all day.
Yeah.
I got to ask one fun question, because we always do on our show,
Yes.
right? I know you love cooking.
I do.
And you love
I do.
recipes. And
I
you love
do.
Sunday night dinner.
I do.
So if the country was coming over,
Tonight, I'll tell you what I'm making tonight.
well, what's your favorite recipe? Walk me through it.
Roast chicken.
Yeah.
And I do a variety of, I have a little herb garden, and so I like to kind of chop up the herbs and then chop up some garlic really fine, and then peel a lemon peel, chop that up, mix it all together with some salt and pepper, tuck that under the skin of the chicken the day before.
Ooh.
Right?
You're really planning.
Oh, I'm serious. And then cut a lemon in half, stuff it inside, and then the next day roast that chicken. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Thank you so much,
You're
Senator
welcome.
Kamala Harris.
You're
Hopefully
welcome.
next time you'll bring food.
Yes, right? Come over for dinner.
Good to see you. Thank you.